Alright guys, I am back, and here is the final part for my top 20 favorite horror films from the 1980s. So let's continue on from where we left off, and before we get on to that, let's recap. 20, The Return of the Living Dead. 19, Creepshow. 18, Day of the Dead. 17, They Live. 16, The Fog. 15, Sleepaway Camp. 14, Alone in the Dark. 13, My Bloody Valentine. 12, Friday the 13th, parts 1 through 8. And number 11, the original Nightmare on Elm Street. So coming in at number 10 would of course be the original Child's Play. You know, the film that started the Chucky franchise and turned Chucky into one of the most iconic horror characters of all time. You know, Chucky is just a legendary horror character. Really enjoyed the first one. You know, Brad Dourif does a great job as Chucky. I like Chris Sarandon, Catherine Hicks, Alex Vincent. Just a really well done film. You know, one of the best killer doll kind of like movies. Coming in at number 9 would of course be the original Children of the Corn from 1984 with Peter Horton and Linda Hamilton. Such a well done film. I really like John Franklin as Isaac, Courtney Gaines as Malachi. You know, I mean, Isaac and Malachi are like the two most iconic characters in the Children of the Corn franchise, and they play them so well. I like Peter Horton. I really like Linda Hamilton, which Sarah Connor from the Terminator films, among others. But the Children of the Corn, love the original. Number 8, of course, is the original Poltergeist. Such a really well done, creepy film that was directed by Tobe Hooper, who's no longer with us either, which is sad. I mean, a lot of these horror people are like no longer with us anymore. Tobe Hooper, Wes Craven, things like that, which is pretty sad. But, you know, Heather O'Rourke, you know, who's greatly missed as well. She died way too young. She's great as the little girl. They're here, you know, it's just so well done. The original Poltergeist is a classic. Coming in at number 7, of course, would be the original Hellraiser. Do I need to say more? I don't think I need to. Coming in at number 6 would be The Thing, another great John Carpenter film that I don't think many people need to, you know, I don't need to talk about The Thing. Everybody knows about The Thing. It's a well-done film. Coming in at number 5 would be The Fly by David Cronenberg with Jeff Goldblum. One of the best horror remakes ever. You know, the whole transformation scene when he turns into the Fly is so well done. Really great effects. I love the love story between Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. You feel sorry for Jeff Goldblum. You really buy this romance between the two. And David Cronenberg just did a great job directing the film too. I love The Fly. Coming in at number 4 would be The Burning, which is my favorite slasher film of all time. You know, The Burning, it's just one of the first slasher films I ever saw. And that was actually, I believe, the very first DVD I ever bought was The Burning. Way before Scream Factory released it on Blu-ray many years later. Yeah, I remember going into FYE for the first time, and I remember The Burning was one of the very first DVDs I ever bought. It was like $5, and now that DVD is like out of print, I think, and it goes for a lot of money now. I actually have it signed by Lou David, who played Cropsy, which is pretty cool. But The Burning, you know, such a well done slasher film from the 80s. You know, Cropsy with the garden shears, and has a really great cast. A lot of recognizable stars: Jason Alexander, Holly Hunter. You have Brian Backer, you know, from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, among others. You know, Lou David is great as Cropsy, and Fisher Stevens is also in the film. Really enjoyed The Burning. One of my all-time favorite slasher film. Love it. Coming in at number 3, of course, would be The Lost Boys by Joel Schumacher. My favorite vampire film of all time. It's up there. You know, Lost Boys is number 1, but I also really enjoyed Near Dark, the original Fright Night, among others. The Lost Boys has always been my favorite vampire film. Really great music, you know, Cry Little Sister, you know, Thou Shalt Not Fall. So well done. It's a really well done musical score. It's directed very well by Joel Schumacher. I love the use of the camera panning over the water and the amusement park. Really great cast: Jason Patric, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, Diane Weiss, Kiefer Sutherland, Alex Winter. It's just well done vampire film. Love it. Really love The Lost Boys. Coming in at number 2 would be Aliens. Without a doubt, my favorite of the Alien films and my favorite James Cameron film. You know, James Cameron really brought Alien, the second Alien film, to a whole new level. Where the first one was a horror film, but the second one was kind of a mixture of horror, but it was more of an action film. But I still do consider it a horror film because it is part of the Alien films, and the Alien films are kind of considered a horror movie. But it's so well done. Sigourney Weaver, Bill Paxton, Jeanette Goldstein, Michael Biehn. You know, just so. I'm sorry. I think Michael Biehn was only in the first one. I might have mixed that up. Sometimes I get these mixed up. No, he was in the first. No, he was in the second one. Sorry. For some reason, when I come in here, I get things mixed up. No, never mind. He wasn't even in the original Alien. Duh. He was only in Aliens. Sorry. For some reason I get all these confused. You know. I don't know why I get it confused. I really don't. But really great cast. You know, Bill Paxton. You know, why don't you put her in charge? Game over, man. Game over. You know, I miss Bill Paxton a lot. I mean, he was such a great actor. He was great as Hudson. Aliens is just a classic. I love Aliens. And of course, my number 1 favorite horror film from the 1980s is without a doubt The Shining by Stanley Kubrick. Without a doubt, my favorite Jack Nicholson film, my favorite Stanley Kubrick film, my favorite film that was based on a Stephen King adaptation. You know, I talked about this film already when I did my top 10 of Stephen King. You know, so well done. It's a really creepy film. You know, the elevator with the blood and the 2 girls in the hallway. When he sees the bartender guy and the woman in the bathtub, and so well done. I don't need to say more about The Shining. So there you have it. Those are my top 20 favorite horror films from the 1980s. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Alright guys, take care.